Welcome to the Through It Podcast, conversations about surviving, healing, and growing. With your hosts, Holly Rogers and Paul Spurl. Anytime you have questions or comments about one of the episodes, email us anytime. Podcastthroughit@gmail.com. And now, Holly Rogers and Paul Spurl.
Hey everybody, welcome to it, the Through It Podcast, here for another episode. As you can tell, things look a little bit differently. It's not because I'm in prison, it's because we have some guests in another city, and so we're all doing our separate thing to bring this to you today. Thanks for, like I said, keeping it through the Through It Podcast. I'm Paul, that's Holly. Good morning, Holly. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Don't forget the email to get a hold of us. Any questions, podcastthroughit@gmail.com. Please welcome our guests. We have Nicolle and Jeff Martin. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Here's the big deal stuff I know. Here we go. Married for what, 25 years?
Almost 24.
Okay, cool. You have 3 kids,
Yes,
and I hope you know their names.
we do. We have a 21-year-old McKinley, Hayden, she just turned 15, and then Bryce is 13 and a half.
Okay, so you're getting rest, but do you have a lot of drama going on with those 3 kids? Because you have interesting ages there.
Very interesting ages. So, yes. So,
All right, so
college drama, some high school girl drama, and then Bryce is really
Middle school.
I guess middle school drama.
That's all I have to say is middle school.
Yeah, so we're getting through it.
all right. I'm gonna get started, and I'm gonna let Holly jump in and go because she knows you better. But I gotta ask this question. Hopefully this will help get you started a little bit. My question is, 3 kids, various ages, all that stuff. Are you guys getting along all right?
We are.
And how do you keep getting along?
Jeff has learned to say yes, dear.
Absolutely.
How do you guys stay in good graces? Now, every love affair I know is one of those things it's like the Notebook. And then the other times it's just you sometimes, but anyway, you guys are still together. You guys are still, you're saying you're happy. So how do you maintain that with the craziness of work and 3 kids? What kind of secrets do you have for these dummy kids who are getting married and stuff like that?
So we try to prioritize us, Jeff and Nicolle. So we'll go on little dates, just like to a coffee shop, maybe for a drink every once in a while. But we tell the kids, this is Jeff and Nicolle time. We were Jeff and Nicolle before you 3. We're not always mom and dad. Now, a lot of times they're not happy with that, but we still do it. I mean, we do those. We do, what else?
You said enough.
Yeah. So I guess that's the main thing is we prioritize us. When he walks in the door, I walk in the door. We make sure that we go up and ask each other's day, give each other kisses and just anything that is bothering us, we try to, I guess, address it. So really, it's the main thing is Jeff and Nicolle.
The tough part to do that, it's hard to do that when, of course, somebody needs you, one of the kids needs you, or something's in the way, or a car's broken down. I know that life gets in the way, but so how often do you try to do these little disappearing acts, these little, hey, I'm gonna go get a drink, or we're gonna go get a dessert, or how often do you try to do a date?
I mean, it gets really hard. We'd love to do it once a week, but that's not always feasible with our schedule. So maybe once every couple weeks, at least once a month, where
schedule.
Because sometimes it's not feasible with travel baseball, travel softball. He's coaching. Just our schedule gets a little bit crazy. So if we don't get dates in, maybe we'll have sit down and hang out for a half an hour and talk about each other's day or whatnot.
It used to be about 9:00, but she's been going to bed before 9:00. So
as I get older, I want to go to bed earlier.
Yeah, no, and that's absolutely. I mean, that you would think that, end of the day, kids are off doing their own things or sleeping. Now's the time to connect, but For me, when things start to slow down, that's when I start to go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's before 9.
It's around 8 o'clock.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, I wanted to talk with you guys because Nicolle, you and I have been friends since college, and you are both one of my favorite couples. And I was telling Paul when we were prepping ahead of time that you guys just genuinely like each other. And I remember at your wedding, that's what the pastor kept saying, is that you guys just genuinely enjoyed each other's company. And you guys have made it nearly 24 years, which is not real common anymore. So I wanted to kind of start with a little bit of your backgrounds, like where you guys grew up, were your parents, did they stay married, were they divorced, how you guys met. So I'll let you guys kind of start there.
Okay. Let me go first.
Mhm.
Okay. I grew up in a little town in Ohio near Kings Island called Morrow. And I have 3 older brothers, and my parents, I thought, were happy. But in high school, they divorced. So I come from, I guess, what you would call a broken home. They divorced, and it was a really hard on me because I think I was really in this formative years where I was just trying to find myself, and then to have this kind of like pile onto me. So there was one thing that I learned from that was that I didn't want that to happen to my kids, that I wanted to show them, like, how to work on a marriage, how to be in a marriage. But went to college, went to Bowling Green, where I met Holly, went to Lone Star. And then I got a job in Pittsburgh. So that's where we met. So
My turn.
yeah.
Your turn.
So neither of us are actually from Pittsburgh. I grew up in central West Virginia, another small town. It's actually bigger than Morrow, though. So I grew up in the metropolis, I guess, of Buchanan, West Virginia. Went to college in Buchanan. So small town America. Nothing prepared me for Pittsburgh, though. None of my background prepared me for this area. And my mom and dad stayed together until my dad passed a couple years ago. And I've seen since that day, their love was even. My mom misses him every day and tells me that. So I have a different experience than Nicolle, but at the same time, my dad he wasn't always around, though. He was always on the road working. And so my mom was the caretaker for me and my sister. And she sort of did everything for us. And then he would come home on the weekends. We try to do as much as we could. But I also knew that I wanted that to basically stay the same. I want to be with Nicolle and our kids to always be there with us. So I did see that her love for him, even though she didn't like him, she loved him. And that showed until the day he passed.
So let me ask you about that. I have 2 questions, but let me start with you, Jeff. So you said, and I kind of understand what you mean, but you said maybe she didn't like him all the time. Was it helpful that they stayed married because they did not see each other every single day? Or what do you think kept them together that much? Because in my brain, it's cool on the weekends. He's home now. It's fun. But now we're together again. And you don't have that day-to-day, you little month, So, I mean, could that have been something?
Maybe. I think honestly, though, my parents are traditional, and their parents were together until they passed. Mm-hmm. And my uncles and aunts, actually only one uncle was on my mom's side, had multiple wives, but everybody else stayed together until they passed. So we're more of a traditional family and always together. My dad was on the road to work, obviously, and he was the
Yeah.
caretaker of our house, but that's where the job was. The job was in upstate New York. He was an oil and gas guy, actually more of a gas, but that's just where the work was. So he went, and probably saved the marriage a little bit by them not being together, because my mom is a little bit overbearing. But if you
We won't share this with her.
if you would ask my dad, she's the one that created him, not the other way around. So,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Now,
Well,
Nicolle,
all of my uncles and aunts lived in my dad's hometown. My dad moved
oh yeah.
to my mom's hometown, so
Okay.
that's
So
that
Nicolle,
part of it.
when the parents got divorced, did you go buck wild and party and get crazy, or were you just trying to like process it and move on with life? What was your response to that, I guess?
I had a lot of rebellion. Yeah, very rebellious in my high school
Mhm.
years. And I look back on that and I regret like a lot of things that happened, but it was also the time, I think, too. But I realized that I was hurting and I didn't understand it. And I was just trying to get through it, because I wasn't being helped. I would just start breaking out crying or laughing, or, my emotions were kind of everywhere. So definitely a lot of anger, so a lot of rebellion.
Well,
So
it is good that you looked at it like, I don't want that to happen again, and you you got with a guy who has everybody practically married. So I guess that's very helpful that you were able to switch that in your mind and not, I don't know, just some people can get hurt from it and be a little bit of a mess. But it sounds like you maybe had high school rebellion, like whoever, but you seem to have your shit together, so that's good.
yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of years where, yeah, I mean, I'm now almost 50, that even in my 20s, it was kind of, I guess I was all over the place. So I think after kids, maybe I just kind of got everything together and
Mhm.
try to figure out me and my triggers and how to process all that happened.
Was that friction between you two during that time, or was it supportive?
I mean, our marriage hasn't been perfect, where we haven't like seen eye to eye every single day, year after year. We've had our ups and downs. Um, so I think at a time there was a lot of friction that we didn't understand. Neither one of us understood it. That maybe we both had something going on within us that we needed to help process it. Thankfully, we got through it. Maybe at first it wasn't the best way to get through it, but we did by, yes, our vows, understanding that we did take a vow. I think our relationship now is better than it has ever been. And it's not that we're on the other side of it, but our kids are older now. So like we maybe are used to it. I don't know. So used to the stress, used to the daily grind, and
I think
But you
too that
reconnect on occasion. That's great.
yeah.
I think we make it a point too, since our kids are very in their formative years right now, that we try to not necessarily put on a show, but give them something to look at and hopefully try to find that someday for themselves. Like I talk to our oldest all the time just about opening doors and doing the right thing and just having conversations with her. But and then a song will come on and she'll hear a song that says something about me or whatever, and it just reminds them of what we actually have going on here.
Yeah.
Leading by example.
Correct. They see us holding hands. They see us kissing at night. She'll as soon as she comes home, we'll talk. They just want to see how the days are and whatever it is. So we're not apart most of the time, other than my 5 jobs and her 2 jobs. So, but the rest of the time, yeah. And then sports makes it difficult too, but at the same time, they see how we divide and conquer. And if we can't, then we get our extended family, or not family, but extended people in our life that can help
Our
us
village.
out. Our village, sure. That's what I was looking for. Sorry.
Because trying to be there as much as you can is a son of a pup, and it's great that you're making that effort, because they see that. Obviously, they can tell. And I got to a certain age where, you know what, I was like, Mom, Dad, it's cool, you did everything. I don't need, I'm older now, I don't need you at every little thing. And they were there for me for the little stuff. And then I didn't want them because I was too cool. I don't need them around. So that's kind of how it's cool that you're trying to maintain that healthy balance. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, well, you make it work.
Right. Absolutely. We try anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Holly, go ahead.
Are there, from both of your parents' marriages, are there any nuggets that you guys took with you? Like, I want to implement that in my future relationship, or nope, that characteristic is not okay. We're gonna avoid that when I'm dating and looking for a spouse.
Good question.
That is a good question.
I never really thought of it from that perspective. But.
I mean, my parents, like I said, they actually separated when I was in junior high, and then divorced when I was high school. So honestly, up until then, they were just mom and dad. Like, I didn't realize, like, oh, they're married, they chose each other. I don't know. I just didn't think about that because I was in my own world until, suddenly it was, my world fell apart. But my dad always worked just like his dad, but he worked he would come home at 9:00 at night when I was already in bed. I didn't see him very much. So maybe, I don't know, maybe the little nugget was they didn't connect, just from what I remember. They didn't do the little connections like we try to do. Like, I don't remember them ever, like, once kissing, like, just showing affection for each other, or going out on dates, or like, it was just like our family. Like, they were mom and dad. It wasn't, Wanda and Chuck. It was mom and dad. So maybe that's the little nugget that.
But she's not forthcoming, though. She actually got to see her mom and dad date after we got together at our wedding.
Yeah.
They sort of got back together.
Oh, really?
And yes. And then
they did.
You got to see it. Like, I saw them hold hands, and I saw them sit closer together. And I always said something to Nicolle, like, hey, something's going on here. And they wound up getting back together. So
is that right?
We got to see a little bit, and then all of a sudden we knew why everything happened in the first place. But
they did that's right. I honestly forgot about that. I was thinking when I was younger, they got back together for a couple years. He moved back in. They seemed very happy. They were going out to get landscaping for
for your house,
for their house, for our house that my mom still lived there, and he just moved back in. So maybe, the affection that they were showing, they just seemed very happy until, again, it was just oil and water, that they realized that it didn't really work the first time, and it wasn't going to work the second time. So,
and for me on that point, there wasn't really, I was similar to what Nicolle said, and I hadn't really thought about it until you asked Holly, but they were always mom and dad. I didn't really see them show too much affection. I did know my dad did adore her, and he was totally in love with her, but they held hands. I didn't really see him kiss. But
is that the generation, though? We don't do that kind of stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah. But they were always mom and dad. They weren't, I never saw them as Charlie and Mary. So,
yeah.
Well, I love how you guys met. And so I want to make sure that you guys share this story for your children to have recorded for all.
Oh yeah, exactly.
All of the
Tell it
time.
enough. They know
Yeah.
our story. We always said it could be like a coffee house, but no, it's a bar.
Is it better for you or better for me to say it?
I think.
Who did you hear it from, Holly? Did you hear it from
No.
her or from me?
Well, of course, I heard it from Nicolle first because she was giving me
Which
the
one's
tea
better?
when she met
Which
you.
one's better?
I don't know. We'll have to separate you guys maybe and get each person.
So you met in Pittsburgh?
So we met in Pittsburgh. So, like I said, I moved here for a job, and
I moved here for a girl,
How'd that go?
Up here.
and then I got a job here, so I stayed here. I have no family in this area. My family's an hour away at the closest, but my immediate family was 2 hours away. So,
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, my first job, I'm still in my 20s. Met some people that they would go out, Thursday, Friday night. So, we started going to a local bar downtown Pittsburgh on Thursday night. So we would go to happy hour then after that at another bar right beside there. So we would show up at 5:00.
You try to get to each happy hour at whatever establishment you're going to.
Yes.
So
or you get the best deal.
One was actually a real happy hour, and the other was a made-up happy hour. But they were smart because they were getting you in with the cheap drinks when you were sober. But then afterwards, when you weren't sober, you were paying full price and maybe even more. So,
yeah, they were smart. So I ended up, we all went to this other bar and just kind of like hung out. Well, I'd had a few drinks when by the time we got over there. So 10 o'clock rolls around. I guess that's the other happy hour. So then Jeff shows up. So he buys his buddy a beer and they're standing at the bar. And I'm telling a friend, that's my beer. Your beer's right there. Thinking after a few drinks that the beer is actually closer. It was, I think, way down in the bar. I'm like, I'll go get it for you. So I went down and I grabbed the beer that Jeff had just purchased for his buddy. And then he said,
my pickup line was, "What the F are you doing?" Or what the F?
Was the first words he ever said to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I put the beer down and I just looked at him like, oh.
Yeah, we made eye contact. It was different. Yes.
Yeah. So then I was like, all right, told my friend to come here. Let's go talk to him. So then we danced until the bar closed.
An hour later, my buddy had left.
And my friends had left.
So.
And just left you guys alone.
And we did close the bar that night. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I was in sales at the time, so I had business cards. And we wrote each other's numbers on my business card.
Since we didn't have phones at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cell phone was just coming about. So we still have those business cards that each other's.
Oh no, I think 25. There was phones 25 years ago, wasn't there?
But there wasn't.
You would just have to go, hello.
Mine was actually like a walkie-talkie as well.
I remember those.
The phone because it was sales. Yeah, it was very weird. But anyway,
and you get like 20 minutes. You got 20 minutes for the month.
Yeah, after 9 o'clock.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yep. So
the first date you guys closed, or the first time you met, you closed the bar down.
Yes. So then he called me. So then he called me the next day. It was on a Friday. Sorry, what?
No, we tried to close the bar, but then I just said I just live at the top of the hill. So, but she would not go home with me.
Okay, I was going to ask that question because I'm a pig. But anyway,
But then I said I could go home with her, and she still said no. So.
Well, I said I live over here, like close to, and he goes, "Okay, I'll go in with you." And I'm like, "No." He goes, "Okay, well, come home with me. I just live at the top of the hill." No.
Nice.
I just wanted to spend more time with her. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's a lady. You had a catch right then and there.
That's right.
So how long until you got the next phone call then? After you guys went your separate ways?
So he called me the next day at lunch. And Very little sleep. I was at work, but very little sleep. I had my head down on the table or my desk because I was tired.
Well, that's what she said to call her at work the next day.
Yeah. And he asked me out for that Tuesday.
That was a Thursday, so the following Tuesday.
Yeah. So then our first date was Dave and Buster's.
So straight
gives a virtual date. I like that.
Straight to competition.
Yeah. So that brought out. It was actually a really good date because we were nervous at the beginning, but then we're both competitive, so we jumped right in racing and doing what other games. So it calmed us down, and it was a lot of fun. So.
And where was your dress rehearsal for your wedding?
Dave and Buster's. That's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rehearsal dinner.
The rehearsal dinner. Yeah.
They should help pay for your wedding then. It sounds like
exactly.
It was a good space, good place for everybody. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was our first date. So.
Yes. And then I can't remember, how long did you guys date until you got married?
We met in September of 2000. Got married in September, same day, 2002.
And where did you propose?
I proposed less than a year later in Paris.
Yeah.
Under the Eiffel Tower.
I still have the Eiffel Tower you brought home. I love it.
Yeah, we went. So Jeff was over in
England and Scotland. I was there for 8 weeks that summer. I didn't think about anything because I was worried about me. And once I got over there, I decided I was going to ask her while we were there. So I looked for a ring while I was in Scotland, and their diamonds were not what we were looking for. So I got her a Celtic wedding band that had white gold and regular gold on it, and she wears that on her right hand.
Yeah, so then I get over there. We spent a week, and we went to Paris for a couple of days, and then back to London. And when we got to Paris that day, he was like, "We just want to see the Eiffel Tower. Let's just go." And I was really grumpy because I was tired since we took plane.
She had every form of public transportation that day.
Yeah.
Plane, train, automobile, taxi, whatever, underground, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. So we sat under the Eiffel Tower because the line was too long to walk up or right up or whatever. And
our hotel, we had to be in by 1 a.m. or we had to sleep on the streets.
Yeah.
Really? They locked the door on you?
They did.
It was like a
mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
And, they literally closed the door at 1 a.m. So we got there at about 12:55.
Yes. But when he proposed, we sat under the Eiffel Tower, and he just started talking, and I got real nervous, and then
gibberish.
Yeah. He asked me, so it was cool.
So Jeff, how did you? Oh, go ahead, Paul.
No, I was going to say thanks for proposing in Paris and making it easy for the rest of us. Appreciate that.
He's setting the standard.
Exactly.
That's for sure. So Jeff, you had known Nicolle and had been dating her for less than a year before you proposed. How did you know that she was the one? Because you said you had moved to Pittsburgh for another gal. Like what made that different for you?
Well, I actually had gotten engaged before, but I thought that was the thing to do. That was just I was with her while I was in college, and it was just never. I don't really know if I'd ever loved her, but that was just the next thing because we were together.
Okay.
I was with Nicolle. It was different. It was different. And then, like I said, before I left for England, I didn't think about any of it. Like Nicolle had hoped, I think she said later on, that would be the perfect place for me to do it. But I had no intentions. And then I get over there, and we said we would talk every once in a while, but we talked every day.
Literally every day.
And
that was a hard 3 months.
it was. The heart grew fonder.
Mm-hmm.
Separation was tough.
Yeah.
So it was different. And then I was like, nah, I'm dumbass if I don't do it. I'm already here. We had plans to go in there. And then I had to scramble. So, however, when I was there, I called her mom and her dad.
Love that.
And talked to them. It's funny, too, because her dad's girlfriend at the time, they weren't married yet. Marlene just, she didn't put her hand over the phone. She said, Chuck, get your ass in here. I think he's going to ask her to marry him. So he came in and we talked. And then actually I called her mom too. So,
well, and Nicolle is the only girl. So
correct.
in her family. So I'm sure that was very much appreciated.
I think so.
By your mom and dad.
Yeah.
But,
definitely very respectful.
Yeah, it was, like I said, there was just something different. And I missed her. And I knew that missing her I didn't want her to ever do that again.
So. I love that. Aw. You guys are, one of the things that I always see with you guys when we're together hanging out is you guys are just a great team. You guys just have always kind of had each other's back. And I mean, even with the kids playing, like Jeff is coaching, Nicolle's assisting, like with whatever needs to be done. I mean, so you guys are like that in your house when you're together, but just outside too, with the kids' activities, Jeff's jobs, just all of that. And with people that I've observed that have had healthy marriages, that seems to be really, really important. The teamwork.
It's interesting too, because yes, we have friends. Yes, she has her friends like you, and you're my friend as well. And we like to be with people, especially people that we don't get to see a lot.
Yeah.
But most of the time, we just want to be together. We'd rather sit down and watch TV than go hang out with people that are doing whatever.
I guess that's like our comfort spot.
Sure.
Well, you guys are best friends. And I think in my mind, that's one of the key things to making a marriage work long term is being each other's best friends. So, and
the key word you said there too, make it work.
Yeah,
it's never done. You got to work. It's never done. So
it's a constant work. It's constant work. And if you don't work at it, then that's where it's gonna kind of.
And I think too, honestly, it just keeps getting better. Like we're working at it. No, I just think that we're better now than we were 10 years ago.
Absolutely. And I think too, like now we're like, we can see not necessarily the I don't even know what to call it, but
it's not a light at the end of the tunnel.
Not the light at the end of the tunnel.
The tunnel's hopefully not too far.
No, but like our youngest is in 7th grade. I'm in 8th grade. So
our time's coming again.
Yes, like 5 years, all this chaos is going to be suddenly shut down, I think. I don't know. We might have other chaos at that time, but we won't have different sporting events to like run to. So.
Yep, you'll be in your empty nesting era before you know it.
Exactly. I'm tired and empty nesting.
Yes, for sure.
Until somebody adds to the family.
Yeah.
Hey, slow down, partner.
I know.
Yeah.
Share love on them and then give them back. And then
that's right, of course. All right. So we're coming up to about that time. I want you guys to help as you started, help the youngins who are getting married, and I get phone calls from people. I'm gonna get married. And I say, oh, that's great. We need a DJ for our wedding. Cool. And I find out they're like 19, 20, 21, 22, and holy moly! But regardless of what age they are, they're gonna have to know these few things. They're gonna need to work at these few things for a successful marriage. So you be the wise old couple now that helps them out. What are some? So you talked about dating. You disappear for a while. You have your time. What else can you think of?
I mean, like when we started off, like Holly said, we like each other. You have to like the person, not just love the person. You have to like the person. You also, I know we sat down before we got married and wrote out like how many kids we wanted. Like
that was from our pastor.
But it was a good thing.
I know, but that's why we did it. But it's really a good thing to go ahead and see what you see from your perspective and her perspective, and then sort of see if those match.
Yeah.
Because if she would have said she wanted 1 kid and I said I wanted 8, that'd have been a different story.
Right.
So. Sure.
Which is weird. We both wanted 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we both wrote down we wanted 3. So definitely on the same page on the major issues, kids, religion, where you want to live. I know we didn't have a lot of conversations of like money wise, or that thinking back, we might, maybe we should have, or if we started having kids, should I stop working? Or we kind of, I don't know, did it on the fly as we went.
Keep going.
Okay. Didn't know if you had anything else to say.
Well, there's different stages that you're in.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you see someone you think is pretty or attractive, and then that draws you to them, and then they open their mouth, and you decide if you want to be around them or not.
True.
When you choose to be around the person that you've chosen, hopefully that continues to stay. And then you get into a stage where you're all about work. Then you get into a stage of having children, and you're all about your children. So it's getting a little bit different for us now. And it's actually kind of cool too now that we have McKinley, because McKinley's a grown young lady now, and that's completely different. Mm-hmm. So now I know McKinley and Nicole's relationship has changed a little bit, because now she's not an equal, but they're almost friendly. They're almost friends.
We have a drink together.
It is strange, isn't it? It is strange when they become adults. But it's been fun. Like just the progression of being their mom, and you're still their mom, but it's just the relationship is just completely different in a very cool way.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Does she want to have a drink with you? Does she want to hang out?
She does.
She does.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
She wants to see her boyfriend a lot more, but if he's not available, she wants to hang out with us. Yes.
Good. Well, that's a testament to your stability at home, and you not, you're shifting from being the parent to, okay, I'm going to be your parent, but now we can talk a little more. Yeah, like she said, not quite equally, but yeah, that makes sense. She's an adult now, so.
Yeah, I mean, we still kind of give parenting advice, but it's more like, here it is. You can do with it what you want. Not like hard fast, but like, this is what we think, but you have to make the decision. So back to your original question. I think the main thing is, just have discussion before the marriage, and you just have to want to like the person and hang out with the person. So. I
think too, when there's disagreements, we make it a point to try to finish that disagreement before we go to bed. Don't sleep on it. We have something right above our bed that says, "Always kiss me goodnight." So we try to live by that.
That's above the bed? Is that attached to the mirror?
It's on yes.
Thank you.
It's not on the ceiling though.
Okay. I'm making stuff up. I have no idea.
You're good. You're just staying in the wrong hotels.
That's right. Well, that's you know what? It seems real easy right now. The way you say it, it makes complete sense. But you know, when you're into it and stuff like that, I think what I love to hear about you guys is that, yeah, you tried to set some things up like, hey, here's what I like, here's what you like. But at the same time, you like each other and you're friends and lovers. And it's like, okay, we're going to make this stuff up together and let's see what happens. And I think that's probably pretty healthy. That's what some people who get into relationships probably do it because that's what's expected. That's the next thing in line. You know, oh, I guess I'll get engaged now. You know, okay. But, you know, it's good that you wanted to hang out the next day when you were sober.
Exactly.
That means you really liked each other. Holly, anything else you can think of right now before we go too long here?
You're not really, I don't think either of us were looking, or we both were looking for something, and then it hit us. And then it was, I don't want to be apart now.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't just one of those dating things. It was real.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, that's why you guys.
Plus, I'm 5 years older than her, so almost 5 years older than her. So.
Oh yeah.
His clock was ticking.
I was 29. She was 24. So.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so much older. When we're 24.
Now you look at us and who looks older?
Oh.
In trouble for that?
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on, and this should air pretty soon.
Okay.
And I think you guys are definitely going to be a source of good information for a lot of people. And I love you guys and appreciate
we love you too, Holly.
you coming on.
We're so honored that you asked us to do this.
Correct.
So,
I was just getting ready to say that as well.
thank you guys.
This has been a presentation of the Through It podcast. Conversations about surviving, healing, and growing. With your hosts, Holly Rogers and Paul Spurl. Questions or comments about one of the episodes, or if you want to be a sponsor of the Through It podcast, email us anytime, podcastthroughit@gmail.com. Produced and sponsored in part by the Entertainment Network, enterthenetwork.com. Thanks very much for listening and being with us while we get through it.